So 99 is all that South Africa could manage. The Indian bowlers were brilliant right from the start. Kuldeep Yadav, brilliant bowling. He virtually outfoxed each and every batsman from South Africa and ended up with a 4-wicket haul.
Yeah, 4 for 18. Wonderful.
4 for 18. In fact, Shahbaz.
The spinners did a lot of damage. Shahbaz took 2, Washington took 2.
Yeah.
In fact, aside from Siraj, none of the other pacers were among the wickets.
Exactly. And Firozshah Kotla, it is known to assist spinners, and the Indian spinners did really well. But of course, 2 wickets for Washington Sundar, then 2 wickets for Shahbaz Ahmed, 4 wickets for Kuldeep Yadav, 8 wickets
by spinners
was shared between the 3 spinners. Mohammad Siraj, another 2-wicket haul, and he's doing everything that he can in his might to actually
push
nudge ahead of, say, Mohammad Shami to be that 15th member of India's T20 World Cup squad. Of course, we know that 15th, that spot has been left vacant ever since Jasprit Bumrah was ruled out of the T20 World Cup due to that back injury. So what happened in the match?
Well, I think 2 things happened. One, the spinners ran riot, and the second thing was that there's going to be a lot more light shown on South Africa's team selection, because you remember the last game they dropped Keshav Maharaj, but they dropped Tabraiz Shamsi
and Bavuma also.
No, but I'm talking about the spinners here. Look at it this way: Tabraiz had been dropped, but they still had Fortune and Keshav Maharaj. Okay. This match, Keshav Maharaj has been dropped, so they only have 1 spinner on a deck that is absolutely assisting the spinners.
Exactly.
So fast it happened.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
99 all out.
Having my coffee and enjoying, and
coffee with
Karan.
Not with Karan. Karan, I heard, is off Twitter now.
Yeah, it's a true story. He's deactivated his Twitter.
But all the hate that he gets,
just to get some peace.
No, because
and happiness.
Because
posted a long message as well.
What was the message? Long message was about. No, we don't need to read the message. Give us the gist of it.
I didn't read it.
Just that he wanted.
No, he must have been trolled.
He wanted peace and happiness. So
actually, if you want peace and happiness, you should be
off Twitter.
Social media, or you should be like a person with a thick skin, or you should be someone who doesn't look at notification.
Nah, don't look at the notification.
Like, just put your opinion and don't
let it be.
Don't read.
Making space for more positive energies only.
There.
That's the long message?
No, he posted a long, that's the case.
By the way, see now what will happen, people will see this performance and say, wow,
Shahbaz for T20 World Cup.
Shahbaz and Kuldeep and Shiraz and who else did well today? Even by the way, Avesh is doing.
Even Washington Sundar.
Avesh is also doing very well.
Yeah, I think he bowled an economy of 1 in this match.
So Avesh for T20 World Cup, because that spot is still open. No, I'm asking.
Siraj
is pushing his case though. Much as we keep talking about different formats.
That is my point. Should we look at all this seriously? Because here everyone is looking good. Avesh,
1.6.
who is getting hammered in Asia Cup in a T20 format, is also looking good. My point is that
last match.
See, if Siraj had gotten this figure when everyone else was going at 8 per over, then I would be like, wow. But see, what I'm saying is the format, the conditions that you're playing in, all of them are helping bowlers. If you take out Shardul Thakur was outstanding first game. Second game, I think he went for some. So I don't know whether we can. I can see a lot of for World Cup comments for T20 World Cup.
I think that's become a running joke among us at this point.
No, it's not a running joke. I think.
No, sir.
See,
Pradeep obviously he's clearly having a laugh.
Ganguly for ICC president. I don't know. Rajiv Jha is also talking about Ganguly and a lot of other. So we were planning to go and watch the second innings of the match in the ground. We thought that we'll have enough time, we'll go to the ground and watch the second innings. But the way the batting has happened, which is South Africa's batting, I think by the time we finish this show and we leave, I think we'll reach and India would have chased it.
Yeah, 99
Rajiv Jha has misspelled. Okay.
No, a lot of people are asking about Ganguly. You have done a video on that. Have you explained? Is he going to ICC?
But
Have you answered that question?
no, I have mentioned about that that
Okay.
it's the only position that is now left vacant and a plum posting, of course. But at this point in time, it looks unlikely. It looks the possibilities are very bleak for Saurav Ganguly to go there as the ICC chairman. At this point in time, you never know. Things might just change. The AGM, of course, this matter will come up, and they'll have to give one name. I think in November, no? I think October, November, you have the elections there for the ICC chairman. And remember, ICC is also a paid job. Unlike in the BCCI, it's not an honorary post. So he will be given a salary. So he'll have to give up on a lot of things. You know,
And
those
that
things-
salary cannot match up to what you have to give up.
Exactly.
No, definitely not a chance.
And because he'll have to give up on a lot of things about sponsorships, commentary, a lot of things. So Dada has to make a call, and firstly, somebody has to everybody has to agree, or maybe somebody has to agree.
A lot of things have to fall into place.
Exactly.
Though the news that you're getting is, as of now, I always say in BCCI election you never know.
It's all as of now.
But what has happened now is that they filed their nominations, and today and tomorrow. See, somebody can actually file his nomination tomorrow also, and then day after is your scrutiny, where the eligible candidates will be announced, and thereafter, I think 14th is the date when you can actually withdraw your nomination.
Yes.
So I think tomorrow is also, just in case something happens tonight, or somebody just goes out there and files his nomination. Although now it was it was very much expected that these elections will be like selections, and the candidates will be elected unopposed. As of now, it seems that that is exactly what is going to happen, and I think now more or less it has virtually been decided.
So somebody asked, sorry I missed her name, but somebody was saying, there is, sir, I read somewhere, go down. Soumya Bhar. Somewhere BCCI is not happy with Ganguly Dada. Soumya Bhardwaj is asking. There are reports, I read a lot of reports where one former BCCI president.
Yes. So basically, what happened, there was last week also, there was an important meeting here in Delhi, and it took place at the residence of
A big guy.
Exactly.
Let's keep it at that.
Big guy, a political heavyweight, you can
Yes.
say. So and there, as per the seniority, former BCCI president was given an opportunity to speak first, and there he was very critical of Saurav Ganguly as board president, because he himself was a board president at that time. So he said he actually was very critical. So I think it may not, and by the way, nobody in that meeting had anything different to say as to what the gentleman said before the members, and of course there were some non-members also.
I just had one question looking at that okay, we're getting to hear that one former board president criticized Saurav Ganguly's role as BCCI president, saying that he did not do a good job. Just the gist of it, that he didn't do a good job. My point is, so
that was his viewpoint.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
My point is, how do you differentiate? So let's say the secretary did a good job, but the president didn't, or the president did a bad job at secretary. How can you are trying to say that BCCI didn't? All I know that recently BCCI came in for a lot of praise that you did IPL during the pandemic, you did all of those things.
2 times no less.
Your media rights have now gone more, and it will keep going.
And the salary purse of the age group cricketers
has gone up.
And because the more you make money, the more you earn through these sponsorship deals, broadcast rights, and teams being sold for those exorbitant numbers. So that money will also reflect in the increase in salaries of the cricketers. It trickles down to virtually everywhere.
The grassroots.
Exactly. So that ways you can say, but you have a point. How do you differentiate that one person didn't do a good job, the other person was very good with his functioning? But I think
and it's not like a cricket match where you can take out figures. Oh, he got so many runs, this one has got poor average, he's taking wickets. It's not like that.
But I think one particular aspect, if I remember correctly, the word conflict was also used.
Yeah, which is a valid point. It's a valid argument.
That's his viewpoint.
Yeah, absolutely.
No, but I am see. Dada has been in the BCCI as its president since 2019.
Yeah.
Since 2019. This is 2022.
No, 3 years, na?
Yeah.
So,
20,
19 to 20,
Yeah.
20 to 21, 21 to 2. Yeah.
So why were these points never made at that time? Of course, there were media reports. People wrote columns about it that Dada had a conflict of interest. He was promoting brands that were in direct conflict with the sponsors or brands that were associated with the board or so. But I am saying, in 3 years, why didn't anybody point it out? Why was it not mentioned to Dada when he was the board president that this could be detrimental for you in coming days, maybe next election, or a lot of other things? No?
Yeah, I agree. But usually what happens that if people are your well-wishers, they'll tell you that you're going get better. That he was made was maybe against the liking of people who are criticizing him now only. They never were in favor of him. So now that his tenure is up, they're like, okay, now you gave him one, we agreed with you at that time, all the permutation combinations were made, but now no more, because he's not done a great job. So you have to find a consensus candidate. So even though even the, what do you call, मैंने आपका नमक खाया, they say sometimes helps. So all the fish and rice that were eaten came to no good.
Sorry.
Fish and rice meals didn't help ever.
I don't think anybody had fish for the dinner at Dada's place.
But I didn't talk about that.
Maybe you were.
Said that. And by the way, why will someone not have fish at Dada's place? All good Bengali meals have to have fish.
No, what if you are a vegetarian?
No, but that doesn't mean nobody on the table had.
I doubt.
No. It's not like that. Not all vegetarians are like, you cannot eat. They may be like, okay, I am not eating.
No, but
all good Bengali meal.
At times when you are very respectful.
Okay. You say that we will not have it.
Yes.
Maybe possible. But I wasn't talking about that meal. I
Which one?
Talking about any meal.
No, yeah, I'm talking in general.
In general.
So you have a new regime in place for BCCI, and but that was all outside the cricket field. Although that power struggle is perhaps more important.
Meet Soni has an interesting question. Who is your favorite BCCI president and selector? Please answer, guys.
You can actually name a lot of people.
No, I can name. I don't have to think too much. My favorite BCCI president, NKP Salve. Absolutely. I met him. I had the pleasure of meeting him, interviewing him. He came for one of my shows. And even though I was not an active journalist while he was the BCCI president, but all the stories I've read about him and his dedication to the game and the respect that I saw players had for him were absolutely incredible. And then I've interviewed him. I got him on a show a few times, so I liked him. By the way, the other one I really liked, with whom I had a love-hate relationship, was Jagmohan Dalmia. Outstanding visa president, and we did a lot of shows that were anti. And in those days, we did some shows. We could say anything. And in those days, we were in a position where your shows made an impact, where the BCCI president called you and saying, "Why were you being so unfair to me?" Nowadays,
you don't know.
These
days also
right.
they are very impactful.
You're right. At least in those days. And actually, when I heard his side of the story, I actually felt bad. That maybe we were unfair to him on a lot of occasions, and that made me realize, and that made me like him even more.
Jaggu Dada.
Jagga is whatever said and done.
And by the way,
I'll never forget one statement of his. I'll tell you. If you remember, he was like the undisputed king. The only time he got the fight was actually when Prasun Mukherjee, who was the police commissioner who fought. But why he lost by one vote? He lost because Saurav Ganguly put his weight behind the police commissioner, because he had gone anti-Jagmohan Dalmia, and so his weight going there made the fight very close. In the end, I think 1 or 2 votes say Jagmohan Dalmia won.
During his comeback, you're talking about?
Comeback, yes. And
When
in that, I will never forget one quote. He walked out of CAB, and at that time, the organization I was there in, we had a reporter there, very famous.
This was when Anurag Thakur became the secretary and Jagmohan Dalmia was...
No, this is CAB president.
So you're talking about
CAB president fight.
Okay.
This was the one time that he made a comeback as CAB president, and Prasun Mukherjee was the candidate. By 1 vote he won the CAB election, and Dada had gone to the opposite side and supported Prasun Mukherjee. He had gone to the opposite side because even the government, the local CPIM government, also had weight behind that candidate. Everyone was against Jagmohan Dalmia, yet he won by 1 vote. And the quote I will not forget. He came out, and a very respected ex-colleague of mine, she was there, and she caught him and she said, "Mr. Dalmia, congratulations, you won it." And he said, "Yeah, thank you," this and that. And he said, "But your victory, even though Saurav was against you and this and that," he said in one line, he said, "You know what, Saurav is a bacha, he's a bacha. He will take a long time before he can come and compete with it." He said it like nonchalantly. I'll never forget that line of his. It can find it in archive somewhere.
And you also have to realize and appreciate the fact that perhaps these were the gentlemen that we are talking about. Maybe NKP Salve. Of course, at that time the board wasn't this rich. The likes of Jagmohan Dalmia, the likes of I.S. Bindra, they were the ones who actually who were very instrumental in getting money for cricket in the early 90s. That 96, of course, people, money had started to flow in for cricket, but that 1996 World Cup changed everything. Thereafter, there was no looking back, and BCCI has always been very powerful, irrespective of the stature of the cricketer. BCCI has, or maybe we can say, a cricketer has not
go
been,
up a bit. You keep going on.
Has not been able to outgrow.
Don't say it, just highlight that comment. No, don't read comments, please, Rahul.
Anyways, sorry. Yeah. So cricketers, irrespective of their stature, be it anybody, the BCs, they have not been able to overshadow or outgrow than the BCCI.
Mr. Shekhar from the US of A says, this series aside, BCCI must prepare for a perpetual replacement for Rohit and VK through persistence rather than giving mere participation to everyone. But Mr. Shekhar, I think that will happen.
Yeah.
Maybe not immediately, in a couple of years. You are looking, by the way, one very interesting thing happened, which was listening to Sanju Samson before the game started. He said a very interesting thing. He said that the team management has been in constant touch with me for the last 1 year, and for the last 1 year they have told me that you should start preparing yourself as a lower middle order batsman also. So he said that's why I have been working hard, I've been practicing hard to get this aspect of my game, because all his life he's been a top order batsman, but he's been working. So when a team management is discussing all that with you, there's an indication that they are preparing the next set of guys. So he's definitely part of the plans when you have some of the senior players go. So I think they're looking at it. This series has been a good indicator about India's batting and bowling strength.
I mean, he would be a direct replacement for a DK, if you're thinking about it. Wicketkeeper,
DK's last World Cup.
Exactly.
That much we know. Yeah, he could be.
So he's very well that person. That's when I was reading, and I was going to actually do that video, but They went and got all out. So
Which video?
But you can still do
I'll
it.
do it afterwards. It's prepared.
Yeah.
But I thought I'd do a video on that, and then they went and got all out. So
But actually, by the way, let's also look at it from South Africa's point of view. Yeah? They are a strong team. They're a full strength team.
and they've been embarrassed.
This kind of performance.
And I was pointing out to Rahul before you entered, is that you're talking about reading conditions and this, that. They've dropped Keshav Maharaj and there's no Tabriz Shamsi in the 11 in a spinning track. They brought in Marco Janssen.
But this is what they've been doing. That
Throughout.
first game, also one game where they were supposed to, that was Thiruvananthapuram. Seeming condition, they played an extra spinner. Next match, they were spin friendly condition. They dropped the spinner and played
And
that
even
match.
more spin
Last
friendly
match,
conditions.
you had to win the toss and bowl,
They
but
won
they
the toss.
batted.
And
So
batted.
that is why I tell you, when Rahul Rawat says that watch out for South Africa, the only reason I don't find them dangerous in ICC tournament, not that they're not a good team, they're always a good team, but somehow or the other they shoot themselves in the foot. They find a way.
No, I understand. I
maybe-
understand. Okay, I'll agree. But I still feel that
No, they're a strong team.
I still
Maybe.
feel that South Africa will be one of the contenders, also because of the fact that they've done pretty well in Australia.
No,
Traditionally,
I
they've
agree,
done.
but they'll find a way. So what they'll do, some match, some condition where you have to play a left arm spinner, they'll play a
Right arm.
fast bowler. Where you have to play a left arm seamer, they will play a leg spinner. Something they will do.
Maybe
and you have to bat first. They will field
Bowl
first.
first.
Something they will do, and that strong team will find a way to lose a crucial match.
I think their coach is already looking at his, future employment at this point.
He's not there at the T20 World Cup, is he?
He is. He's leaving after the T20
After the
World Cup.
T20 World Cup.
But by losing this series this way, do you really think that?
He's
No,
already
that
got a
contract
job.
is
That's
signed.
okay.
Okay.
He's
Not a
been
contract.
named MI Cape Town coach.
It's like in your organization, when people leave, they have to do a notice period. Na? And notice period, this is doing no notice period.
Exactly.
doesn't make it.
But no matter what you do in notice period,
Yes,
the
your
other
future
office is not
employment
going to
is-
say no, we will not take you. Who are going to go there? So that is exactly what is happening. He is serving his notice period right now.
Virat and Chandresh are two people who are very happy now.
Where is it
XYZ.
come? Where is it come?
Right on top.
Acha.
Siraj certainly ahead of Shami now, but
But
India
why
might
will
still
Virat
go.
be happy? Why is XYZ saying Virat will be very happy?
Because
Can you throw
the
some light
falling
on
out.
that? Tell
I think what he means, maybe his implication is that there was some sort of a
Maybe.
falling out. Yeah, I'm saying maybe.
Huh.
I don't know for sure.
what? Maybe what?
There was some sort of a falling out between the top brass and Kohli, and maybe that's why he was, sidelined the way he was. I think that's what he means.
Virat is still there.
Not as captain.
No, I understand. So there was an issue with Saurav Ganguly and Greg Chappell also. Dada,
Best friend.
of
now.
course, was dropped, but then
Dada tweeted on this. What was that?
Teachers Day or something.
Teachers Day
it
or
was,
something.
yeah.
Or put a video out
Yeah.
where he thanked Greg Chappell also.
To be fair, I mean, people tend to forget this, but when India went to Australia, that series which they drew 1-1, when Ganguly scored 144, he had actually taken tips from Greg Chappell.
Oh yeah. That's how then he recommended.
Recommended,
Greg
and
Chappell.
then what did he know what would happen
Then when
afterwards?
Greg Chappell was announced here, I was at the Taj Palace Hotel in New Delhi. Oh my God, it was a mela.
yes. I think perhaps the most high-profile cricketer. Of course, Kapil Dev has always also been the head coach of India, but I don't think there's been a bigger or a more high-profile coach that India
Oh, yeah.
has had than.
No, Greg
Other
Chappell,
than
one of the
Greg
greats.
Chappell.
If you were to
Yeah,
make
yeah.
a list of 5 greatest Australian batsmen, Greg Chappell will be
He's right up there.
outstanding player.
Sharan Vinakota. Is Umran Malik here or in Australia? I think he's still not left. I don't think he's left. I think, they'll send them all the players together, no?
Yeah, visa they couldn't get for him. Umrah.
Visa date.
No visa issue.
He couldn't
There's
get a
some
visa. Na,
technicality
last
thing,
moment to
no?
decide it. So where will he get? See, basically visa issue for
Of Umran and Kuldeep and both.
yeah.
You know, no? Some the agency that looks after all.
But he is right now. He's joined his JNK team in Mohali. for the elite
Saeed
Group C
Mushtaq.
match against Meghalaya.
Saeed Mushtaq.
Yeah, it has started today, no?
Yes.
So I think he'll play till his visa comes along.
And then he'll leave.
Yeah, as soon as his visa comes, then he'll leave. So meanwhile, Umran is playing Syed Mushtaq Ali. Mr. Shekhar says Gill, Sanju, Iyer,
Ishan.
Sky are the next gen Indian batting.
Sky is 31. I won't call him next gen, but yeah.
But he'll play for a few
At least
more
5-6 years,
till these
considering.
guys are- yeah. Rohit Roy says selection headache for India in 2023 World Cup. Can India play Kulcha together for 2023? Why not?
Actually, if you get decent, assistance from the track.
We have been waiting for Kulcha for a long time.
Correct.
But now,
Just imagine if he had to be fit and putting in performances like this. I think he would have been in the 15.
no, he was like he got injured at the
Wrong time.
Otherwise, Kuldeep was the one that you were considering.
So J&K played Meghalaya today.
Yeah.
And J&K batting first scored 81 for the loss of 3 wickets. It was a rain curtailed match, so 9 overs aside. And Meghalaya chased that down in 7.3 overs. Umran Malik, of course, didn't get to bat, but he did bowl. He bowled 2 overs and went for 16 runs, took 1 wicket.
That's not bad.
Not too bad.
8 runs an over in a 10
9 overs
plus.
aside.
Yeah, and you're getting a wicket. Sure.
9 overs in a 10 plus run chase. So not bad, and got a wicket.
Rajangad Baba. No, not Rajangad.
That means the rest of the J&K bowlers got hammered, huh?
Right.
Rest, no, yeah, you can say. Parvez Rasool, 1 over 18 runs.
See, that's what I'm
Ajay Sharma is the coach, no? For them.
Oh, for J&K.
He's the coach now.
That's
Earlier he was with the Delhi under 19. Now this year he's moved to J&K senior team.
Well, J&K started producing some good cricketers now,
Yeah.
slowly and gradually.
Couple of good footballers as well.
Oh yes, Kashmir FC.
Real Kashmir.
Real Kashmir rather.
Yeah, that's the one. Real Kashmir.
Where is it now?
Then the I League only, which is second div.
A lot of people.
GJK is a good question. If not now, then when for Rahul Tripathi? Just don't understand what team wants to do with him.
Valid.
He never got a chance in Ireland.
Ireland
also.
and now not here.
And here, by the way, people who've to be fair to someone like a Shahbaz, he's also a bowler, but people who've come after him in the scheme of things have gotten to play ahead of Rahul Tripathi.
To be fair, if you want to talk about Shahbaz, you could actually play Tripathi in place of Shahbaz because you already have Washi and Shardul.
Yeah, but the 6th bowling option
That is the reason why they played.
That is why
Shahbaz,
they're playing
yeah.
Shahbaz. You have 6 bowling options.
I forget the top heavy batting is also there. Yes.
Yes. So with that,
But you have to feel bad for him. He's
he's not got a chance.
been in up and abouts in the squad, not gotten a look in at all.
Yeah, I think he'll have to wait. So again, that just tells you India's batting strength.
It's ridiculous.
That even Rahul Tripathi, even in your second string sort of a team, doesn't get. I know a lot of people say don't call them second string, but they are still your backups, right? They're not your main team. Even there he's not finding a spot. So batting reserves are pretty good.
No, it's like I was reading an article and it said that you look at Shreyas Iyer, Sanju Samson and Ishan Kishan. They are 3 very talented, gifted batsmen in a generation where India are full of talented, gifted batsmen. So these 3 are your primary backups. They are not getting a chance, a sniff.
At times I feel I understand, Rahul Tripathi is a talented batsman, is a talented player. He's done reasonably well also in the IPL. But where do you want to play him?
No, he could play in the middle.
Has he set the stage on fire?
He was I was looking at your IPL, by the way, and much better figures than Ishan Kishan. He in the middle order in that IPL, in terms of, you give rating points on impact performance, was right, I think, in the top 2 or 3.
2022, he was pretty good for SRH. 2021, I would argue, he was one of the key reasons why KKR made it to that
2021,
final.
I was what I'm saying. He was in terms of impact right up there. I think Maxwell and him were the 2 highest impact players, because I'll tell you what, I remember that IPL was because difficult pitches, so only your openers were getting runs. All openers were getting run. Venkatesh Iyer,
Shubman Gill.
All middle order batsmen across teams were failing. Only two middle order batsmen were Tripathi and Maxwell.
Which format do you want him to play?
No, I'm okay with him not playing. I'm saying you are just forcing him right now. I'm saying he also must feel that everyone gets a chance. I've travelled there. I could have also got a game.
So basically, you want, or people want him to experience that feeling of being in the Indian dugout, the Indian team bus.
No, there's a reason. I'm not just saying for the heck of it. Why I'm saying that is because he is a natural middle order batsman now. He was a top order batsman, but in IPL he became a middle order batsman. Now in this team, first match for example, you played all top order batsmen in different position. I'm saying if you were playing horses for courses, people fitting a particular batting spot or whatever, then he could have fitted into a middle order. For that you would have had to drop one or two top order batsmen. But even that would have been an issue, because had you, let's say, asked Ishan Kishan or someone to sit out, you would say he was, in your scheme of things, still very recent.
Same can be said about Rituraj, who got dropped for Shahbaz. He would also been,
but he at least got a game.
Yeah, but then he'd been in the scheme of things much earlier than.
So I'm saying there is no right or wrong answer. Anyone who would have gone out, you could have argued that why
Indeed,
so.
See, people may not like it, but in the past few years, the India cap has been given to almost everybody, and now see, we've discussed this a lot many times. For example, Vijay Shankar, Venkatesh Iyer, Shivam Dube. First they were picked, they were projected as people or players with top quality batting, bowling, fielding. Vijay Shankar, Shivam Dube and Venkatesh Iyer, and now they've been discarded. I don't even know if they will actually come back into the Indian team ever or not. I don't know. Shivam Dube, maybe he has age on his side. Venkatesh Iyer also has age on his side. Vijay Shankar also too. I think they're all about 26, 27. Vijay Shankar should be 27, 28. So now, firstly, you have to select a format for somebody like Rahul Tripathi. If you pick T20, okay, he has to dislodge a lot of. Now, after a very long time, it looks that your middle order gives you some sort of confidence with Surya Kumar Yadav there, Hardik Pandya there. Jadeja, mind you, is sitting out because he's injured himself. Jadeja is not there. Dinesh Karthik, because of his exceptional performance in the IPL, you got him in. Rishabh Pant has to sit out. Then you have somebody like Sanju Samson who can't make it to that team. Deepak Hooda is also sitting out. Shreyas Iyer, despite if you're going by the numbers in domestic numbers, Shreyas Iyer is exceptional. I think he has an average of close to say over 50 in domestic cricket. This I'm talking about list A. And so where do you play him? And
that's the main team.
And Rahul,
I agree, main team is no chance. I'm saying in a backup team.
And somebody like Rahul Tripathi, I understand that he's played two IPL in the lower middle order, but all these years, I don't know, he's been playing for say, I think about 10 odd years now, for over a decade or for a decade, and he is either an opener or a one down batsman. So hats off to him. You have to give him credit that he also realized he had to bat in a position that he was not too familiar with. Still, he batted in the middle order or lower middle order, did well for his team, and because of his performances, his team also did well in the IPL. But should IPL be the sole criteria? Because you've already burnt your fingers once with Varun Chakravarti.
What else will be the criteria? He's not playing international cricket.
No, domestic cricket should also be the. Syed Mushtaq should be the criteria.
I think domestic cricket also gets runs.
Your Vijay Hazare should be.
No, I think domestic cricket also he gets runs. That's why he came to see the fact that he got selected in the backup also tells you that he has impressed the selector. That's why he's made it, right? There are so many players. I agree that the main team, to no chance. How do you fit in? There are so many players. How do you fit in? There is no chance he can make the Indian main team till such time a lot of players were to retire or move on, and then he's still there. Maybe he does. I'm saying that in a scenario where you have been giving everyone a chance backup matches when you're playing a second string team.
Fair enough.
Like you go to Sri Lanka, you went to
Fair
Ireland, you're playing here.
No,
There,
you
I'm
know,
saying.
the good thing for Rahul Tripathi is that he has been at least selected in the squad, which means that he is in the scheme of
He's
things.
been noticed.
Yeah.
That whatever he does, and that should be a motivation for him. I have reached this far, and what I need to do, I have to go further up. And how do you do that?
To
By
keep
some
performing.
by some good performances again in the IPL
You
or in
have
domestic
SMA,
cricket.
you have IPL
Exactly.
coming.
Now this is the last match. He'll go back he should go back and get some runs in the Saeed Mushtaq Ali Trophy.
He also did very well in the India A tour against New Zealand.
New Zealand.
Even in fact bowled his seriously part-time medium pace as well. Got a couple of wickets. I didn't know till recently he bowled medium pace.
Yeah, even I haven't seen him.
He got a couple of wickets.
Because he's kept wickets also. I remember.
Correct. Yes.
He's a wicket keeper also. So wicket keeper, bowler.
Wicketkeeper batsman. He's a 40.
He's saying I'll do anything.
Just
to
get
a
me the
chance
team,
into
come
on. What? Would you see past Virat Kohli? You want to come? Come. We are live. 500 people are with us.
You're lucky.
Uh,
Could you wish Mr. Bachchan?
Oh, 80th birthday. The legend, Mr. Amitabh Bachchan. Wishing him a very
Turned
happy
80.
birthday.
Imagine.
So
There was a time I think I would have seen all his movie. Of course, off late I don't get to see those many because
why not? They're all on OTT.
No, but
No, in fact, PVR has a
Yeah.
Festival.
Correct.
Yes.
80 rupees.
20 odd movies.
80 rupees ticket.
Yeah, I wanted to go, but somehow
I won't go.
I can't go.
I can't or I won't.
I will go tomorrow.
Tomorrow you have to go to Courtyard Marriott. Then you'll
After
go.
Courtyard
Then you'll
Marriott,
go to PVR. Then you wanted to take some rest. Then you had to visit a doctor. Then you had to go to
I'm
the.
actually not well for the past 2 days.
And he's trying to.
And he's
Spread it.
coughing and he's.
Yeah, and he's trying to.
You can sit here. Please.
I
bring
don't
the-
sit.
Oh, come. There are so many
I'll let
questions.
you do your show, yeah.
Chalo, ठीक है. We'll take.
When the game is starting, you can.
Okay, game is starting. We'll take leave. Thank you so much.
Game is starting
for
or getting over?
joining us, and we'll see you at the end of the game as we always do. Keep showering us with your love. Subscribe to Sports Today if you haven't already. Bye bye. Vanakkam.
So,